Hi, Andrea. I don't think so. I haven't heard from her. Um, she did indicate that it was a possibility that she may not be joining me today. Um, and I haven't heard from her. So I'm assuming that she is off on an adventure. I think that was she was going to have an adventure with her son, I do believe. So, hi, Devin. Welcome. Thank you for being here. Andrea's here. Yes. Or also known as Flo. I think I typed in F when you first appeared on the YouTube. I think I typed in FOLO for Folo, and then it became Flo. And then I learned your name. Hi, Mitzi. Hi, Barb. Lovely to see you here this afternoon. Looks like I'm going to be flying solo, so I will, try to keep up with chat. Hi, Gail. Good to see you. Gail is getting through the trials and tribulations of a knee replacement surgery. And it's interesting. That's the one thing they don't replace is your kneecap. Everything else, though. Hi, Mary Lou. Great to see you. Thanks for joining me this afternoon. Yeah, Gail, oh my gosh, I still can remember the physical torture, also known as physical therapy. But those guys are something, or women who put you through that. And they have to ignore you kind of to push you to get you to be where you need to be. So I guess I will do my reading. We're slowly getting through the book. And sometimes I remember to say, write down that I read. So I'm going to write it now. Read or read. 5, 7. Where did April go? Hi, Nettie. How are you? It's great to see you. So the title of this one, and if I read it before, I don't remember it. And if someone remembers it, well, I guess you're going to hear it again. So, hi, Lydia. So nice to see you. Thanks for being here. Weiser, Idaho. I once spent a week in Weiser, Idaho. Maybe that's hard to believe because if you ever looked at an Idaho map, you know Weiser is nowhere. But if you play the fiddle, Weiser, Idaho is the center of the universe. The Grand National Old Time Fiddlers Contest is there the last week in June. And since I've fiddled around some in my day, I went. 4,000 people live there in normal times. 5,000 more come out of the bushes and trees and hills for the contest. The town stays open around the clock with fiddling in the streets, dancing at the VFW hall, fried chicken in the Elks Lodge, and free camping at the rodeo grounds. People from all over show up. Fiddlers from Pottsboro, Texas, Scopola, Oklahoma, Thief River Falls, Minnesota, Caldwell, Kansas, Three Forks, Montana, and just about every other little crossroad town you care to mention, and even Japan and Ireland and Nova Scotia. It used to be that the festival was populated by country folks, pretty straight type, short hair, church on Sunday, overalls and gingham, and all that. Then the long haired hippie freaks began to show up. The trouble was that the freaks could fiddle to beat hell, and that's all that there was to it. So the town turned over the junior high and its grounds to the freaks. The contest judges were put in an isolated room where they could only hear the music, couldn't see what the people looked like or what their names were, just hear fiddling. As one old gentleman put it, son, I don't care if you're stark naked and wear a bone in your nose. If you can fiddle, you're all right with me. It's the music we make that counts. So I was standing there in the middle of the night in the moonlit in Weiser, Idaho, with about 1,000 other people who were picking and singing and fiddling together, some with bald heads, some with hair to their knees, some with a joint, some with long neck bottle of Budweiser, some with beads, some with Archie Bunker t-shirts, some 18, some 80, some with corsets, some with no bras. And the music was rising like incense into the night towards whatever gods of peace and goodwill there may be. I was standing there, and this policeman, a real honest to God, on duty, wiser policeman, who was standing next to me and picking a banjo, really, I swear it, says to me, "Sometimes the world seems just a fine place, don't it?" Yes. Don't believe me? Go see for yourself. Wiser's still there. The festival still happens, and they still don't care what you look like. It's the music that counts. Amen. It's the music that counts. And we have Barb in the house, our very own music expert. Hi, Janet Hartz. Thanks for being here. So lovely to see you. Yes, reminder. Oh, yeah, thank you. Yeah, thumbs up. Reminder is always a good thing. Yes. So I always say it, but I'll say it again. That was a good one. Yes. Hi, Aunt Bex. Good to see you this evening, this afternoon. I guess it's 5 o'clock. In some parts, that would be considered cocktail hour. Not yet, though. So I became involved in Messy May from getmessyart.com. I don't know where I find them. I don't know whether I find them or they find me. But I'm a sucker for any of those things. So this one has a prompt for every day in May. And I thought I would do a couple of their prompts just for the fun of it. Since, being solo, I want to find something that I can, look at chat and kind of pay attention to what I'm kind of doing. And this kind of activity seems to fit the bill. And I was really good. I was very proud of myself when I said that I was going to be getting, messy with Messy May. I was really good. I actually put their link in my description. So there's the link there and all that good stuff for you if you want to go check out getmessyart.com. One of the artists did a bonus lesson on Skillshare that's pretty fun. So I did that, and I actually cut up the pictures that I did, and I put them on my wall, but I only taped them on the wall. So I really, they're going to fall off. So if they fall off, it's meant that they're not supposed to be there. There you go. Janet's got it for you too. So who's muscle relaxant? Becky or Scott? Let's see. Scott is working the bathroom, and in a bit, we're going to go visit his mom. Yep. It's better now thanks to the muscle relaxer. Oh, okay. Oh, did Becky hurt her back? God, I missed that already. Oh, I'm sorry. I hope it's better. Becky. Okay. All righty. My son hurt his back too. And he had to go to the ER. And he was hauling something and just overdid it. When you get old, you don't realize that you can't do those things no more. There's the playlist. Yes. So prompt one was the first thing you had to do. Day one was you had to make a journal. And so I had already had a journal. I make journals out of junk mail all the time, and I always get junk mail. And I fancied this one up. I've done a Midori elastic style binding, which is the best because you can, it's your right cheek. What the? Don't get cheeky with me. Litter box. Yeah. I only have one litter box to empty. So I actually put the eyelets in. This way you can take the pages out and work on them and put them back in. But all of this is, every last page of this thing is about a week's worth of junk mail. So today is, which I thought was an interesting one and confusing. A lot of them are just one word prompts, which I'm not real good at, but day one was to make the journal. So I had the journal. I digress. Day two was, let's see, brain dump. So brain dump is you scribble, that scribble stuff that you can curse everybody out, and then you just kind of scribble and no one can really read it. And then you dump all the crap that's in your brain, and then you cover it up. And I've had this picture for years. This was a picture that was on the cover of Artist magazine. I've been saving it for years. And I thought this would be great. And the artist that did the brain dump video, I guess, drew a little brain that you could download. So I download her little brain. And so this was brain dump. And underneath here is all brain dumpy stuff with this great picture. If you're not familiar with this is God pointing to Adam. It's on the ceiling of the Sistine Chapel. And so it's finally found a home. And day three was, oh boy. Hi, Chris. Hi, Pam. I can say hi to people while I'm trying to remember what day three was. Expand. And in my journal, I always, when I put these journals together, I always have those things that fold out. So I just collaged, and this expands. And this is just a little collage. And this was in the magazine, Slow It. I have no idea what Slow It was too, but here it is, Slow It. So here you go, Slow It. So that's expand for day three. And day four was elevated. And the lady did a kind of like a collage-y kind of page with tissue paper and a stamp and a picture. And so I just kind of threw this together. And so this is elevated. At the time it made sense, but now it doesn't make so much sense. And so what I wanted to do was, the next one is, I'm sorry, guys. I had the pages put aside too. I made a clock. That's one of those sticker die cut things. Patchwork. So I'm going to do a patchwork. And what I'm going to do is cut out some squares of pictures, and this page is good as any, and do a patchwork and stitch it, pretend to stitch it together. Hi, Deb. So nice to see you. Oh, I'm so far behind. Oh, Devin. Oh, Lord. All I can say is it's a good thing that doesn't expire and that they're there for the rest of your life, because it'll probably be the rest of my life before I get to Wanderlust. I haven't done any of it, but I bought it and it's in there and I can go to it. And there's so much inspiration there. Journals and art books packed into 3 boxes today and took down one step closer. Oh, I didn't realize you were moving in 3 weeks. God bless you. Oh boy. Baby steps. Yes. Baby steps. So patchwork. And I went into one of my little totes, and this is just chock full of little pictures. So I can kind of read. Become Wanderlust decade. Yes, for sure. Absolutely. I agree. So I've got all sorts of little pictures in here, and I'm going to cut out a square, and that'll be the square that I'm going to follow. And trying to downsize, not downsizing enough. Okay, Deb's should be right back. It's not a dungeon. Oh my gosh, really? Deb's going down to the dungeon. I think we're just going to take the head of the rabbit. And we'll go like so. And go like so. There. And this is on sticker paper. Okay. So we'll use the rabbit. And we'll use that as our kind of guide. And I've got, oh, look at this. That's Cher, isn't it? These are great. I don't even know how long I've had these pictures, but man, nothing like the present to get them out. So if you have a journal somewhere laying around with a double spread or empty page, you get her out and cut up some squares and glue them down. Now we got Cher and the bunny. You know, if I had been smart, but I'm not known for my smarts. I should have made it so I could get, well, we can, what the heck? We can have a skinny one in the middle there. Who's to say I can't have a skinny one? Nobody. It's my journal, and I can do whatever I want. Let's see what we got in here. Well, we got a cushion, and we could kind of square that up, huh? Let's see. Square and square. You want a moat and a drawbridge around your house, Barb? I don't know. That sounds like a neighbor thing. Is that a neighbor thing? You have a neighbor issue that you want to be isolated? I think what I'll do is I'll do this. I live on a very little, tiny, itsy bitsy pond. I mean, it connects to it. Well, actually, it's a pond, right? And then it narrows, relatives, yeah. And it narrows, and then it opens up to another water thing. But my view from where I'm sitting here is on this pond. And there's a house that just went for sale, just went on the market this week. And it's 4 houses up from this house, right? And the price is right. It's actually priced to sell. I wouldn't even be surprised if it's sold already. But it has no view. Now I'm in a 2-bedroom, 2-bath duplex with a tiny single car garage. I mean, tiny. And this house is a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 2-car garage. And I could easily afford it. Not an issue, except it doesn't have a pond. It has, the only view is the tee off for the 18th hole, and then the very next house, 10 feet beyond that, where I've got the pond, and my neighbor across the way is across the pond. And I love my birds and all the wildlife that's out in my pond. And so I'm not even going to look, because I just can't see giving up my pond. I love this pond. And I think I told you last week, right, that I have possibly some baby turtles. A mama turtle came up out of the pond last week. And look at that. That's the Irish knit sweater. I had a sweater like that, like an Irish fisherman sweater. My words are not coming. A fisherman sweater. She came up, and there was a break in my hedges, and it appears that she dug a hole. And I think she laid some eggs there. Unfortunately, the gestation is like 2 to 3 months, so we won't know for a while whether the eggs made it or not. It's not a sea turtle, obviously, and it's not a pond turtle, but I guess it is a pond turtle because she lives in the pond. They're known as a soft shell turtle, and they are ugly. I went, yes, that's true. And I bet you they make Fisher women sweaters now, or Fisher person sweaters. Yeah, that's true. With all the things that have changed and the proper wording, Fisher woman. Well, did you notice that there's no longer? Did you notice there's no longer actresses? No more actresses. Nope, they're all actors. I wonder. I want to know who found the word actress demeaning. I'm just saying. I don't want to start anything here, but I was just wondering what's wrong with being called an actress. I mean, Barb's talking. I mean, I don't. Anyway, just wondering out. Just thinking out loud. They're all actors now. But I thought that was interesting. I guess that change came about. How about a little music here? A little sheet music. This was somebody's actual music because it's got notes on it. Let's see. Oh, come on in. Let's start something. Yep. Oh, I've been known to start things like that. Big time. I attempted to join the volunteer fire department once upon a time because I lived right next to the fire department. And the siren would go off when there was a call, and it would not go off until somebody physically showed up to turn it off. And I figured, well, I live right next door. I could turn it off. And so I proceeded to join the volunteer fire department. The only requirement, Gail, let me just have some fun, okay, Gail? When the fire department, so I figured I would join the fire department. The only requirement to be a member of the fire department was you had to live in the fire district. And I lived right next door. I couldn't be any closer to the fire district. Hey, Johnny, look who's here. The one and only. How are you? How are things up in the northern part of the state? Enjoying the weather? It's not too hot yet, is it? Not too bad. It will be. And I filled out the paperwork, right? And they said no. I couldn't be a member of the fire department because it was all men. It was the good old boys. And somewhere someone said that I had back problems. I don't know who they were talking about. I didn't have back problems. I'm working on Messy May Prompt 6 patchwork. And this is in the junk journal that I made out of junk mail. And I'm just kind of doing this and just bullshitting with everybody. And we got on the topic of actor and actress and how they're no longer actresses. Everyone's an actor. Who's hi to Fur Baby 2, Junk John. Stevie bags packed for tomorrow. Okay. Oh, okay. Aw. Oh, I love that. See, I've got some great images, but that's too. Well, why should it have to be square? Couldn't I? No, I'll play by the rules. I don't like that. These pictures are really good. Ooh. I may have to break the rules here. Look at this. I have to. Oh, this is just screaming to be put together. Don't you think? Oh, man. Yeah. Oh, boy. I don't know. I may not be able to stay with the rules because I really kind of like that. So I might have to glue that down, and we might have to have some squares around that, or maybe I'll put that on top of it. Now Stevie, it's I don't remember who Stevie is. No worries, hon. Just come visit anytime. Oh, you don't have to. Stevie's. Tell me, Johnny, please. I don't remember who Stevie is. Oh, look, here's a bicycle. Okay, that's what I. Oh, okay. That's the brown. Is that the chocolate lab? That your. Isn't that supposed to be your husband's dog? That you take care of a lot, as I recall now. Here's a bicycle. It looks like it was chained to a pole and then someone ran over the rear wheel. Silver Lab. Almost looks chocolate. Okay. All righty. You know, I've been wanting, it's so funny that you should pop in here. Because I have really, honest to God, I've been really meaning to kind of reach out to you. Because I have a journal that I don't know that I would like to give you. Okay. And the reason why I want to give it to you is I bought your studio box that was for sewing. I don't know how long ago you put that one out. That was a long time ago. And I'd love to give it to you because the whole journal is made out of everything that came out of that box. I'd be glad to mail it to you because it's just sitting there. And I mean, I know you got enough stuff and you probably don't really, but the whole journal is made up of stuff that came out of that sewing box, every last bit of it. And it came out really cool, but it's all your stuff. I mean, it's all his stuff. There was an old magazine in there that I took apart, and that became, and the lace that's on the pages. I mean, the whole thing is all. I think there was a pattern in there. I actually put the pattern, glued the pattern pages together. And let me just do this and I'll show it to you. Well, look, chaps, speaking of patterns. I'll show, I won't, I'll show it to you. I have it right here. But I figured, you'd appreciate it and you might recognize some of the stuff. There literally was nothing left. When I finished, I emptied that box. All right, I'll be right back, folks. Don't go anywhere. Here come the golfers. It's lady golfers. So they won't be, I won't say it. They won't be looking for their you-know-what in the bushes. All right. Let me just show you this. Oh, okay, you can see it pretty good. Yeah, let me move this. All righty. It's got all of these thingies too. I'm not sure where they came from. That may come from Traffic Fairies. And this is a Timmy page here. And then this ribbon is from the box. This button's from the box. Always choose to do your best. It's a little doggy button. And that came out of the box too. that'll focus or not. Maybe not. That was, no, that's not too bad. Kind of focused. That was in the box. Hi, Barbara. Good to see you. This is everything you're looking at here is out of the box. Even this material, I think. This is Timmy tape, but this is out of the box. This is out of the box. This is a, I even made, there was something where you could make rice paper, faux rice paper. Oh, okay. All righty. Thanks for letting me know. Okay. Then I'll go back to the other. Well, I can show it to you. You guys. This is faux rice paper, where you kind of take pattern paper and you paint it with, I can't remember now, some sort of mixture of glue and water, and you kind of get this faux, and it's supposed to be really sturdy, and I was showing how sturdy it was, and I tore it apart. So this little bag was in the box. I mean, all of this came out of an old magazine that was in the box. All of this, the lace, this is not my papers. Here's some more. This was out of the box. So everything is really, these were buttons that I sewed onto a button card. They came in the package. If you've ever gotten one of Johnny's studio boxes, everything is beautifully packaged. Hi, Rosemary. Good to see you. I'm just going through a quick flip of a journal I made out of one of Johnny's boxes, one of her studio boxes. And this is the stuff that came out of it. It was a sewing theme. We just had a cruise ship come into our bay. Oh, wow. Does that happen not very often? Is that not a normal occurrence? Huh. Wow, a cruise ship. Here's some tags. Again, this lace is all out of the box. This paper bag is one of the bags that the stuff was, in the box. And this was, it just was all this stuff. That was so specials. So, and then a lot of this stuff came from Graphic Fairies. They have sewing, sewing stuff. These are little ads out of this. So again, all of this basically came out of the box. This was a magazine that was included in the studio box. Some more buttons. Now that I have all those buttons that I bought at Temu. Well, 3 times, I guess. Now, do the people come ashore? Barbara? I mean, do they actually come ashore? Or is it just they kind of go into your thing and turn around? So here's some more of my faux pattern stuff, lace. Wow, I really went all out. That doesn't look like I made that, but I must have. Some more. Again, there's a lot of goodies in here. A lot of journaling. This actually could be a journal. Okay, yeah, they have tours from the ship. Some for shopping, some for riding a bus. Oh, wow. Okay, Barb's in Eureka. So okay, how far is the Redwood Forest from you? That's got to be cool. Wow, I'd love to see that. That would be cool. Hi, Lisa. I know I didn't say hi. There you go. That's the butt That's where you measure your butt or your hips or your butt hips. So I took the box, I took the, there was a magazine in there and I took it apart. Well, this was in the box too. And I got out my little sewing machine, and I just sewed away. So I sewed everything, or almost every page has a stitch or two, or glue or two. But you can see it goes on and on and on. This is a pattern paper that I sewed together and made a page out of. I love that flip through Friday. I want to do that. Oh, you're in. Oh, you're actually in the forest. Oh, near a state national park. Oh, wow. That's got to be gorgeous. Absolutely beautiful. That is so cool. I would love to see that someday. Here's another. Oh, and these are actually, look, I actually sewed these. I hope. These are actual sewn in signatures, folks. I hope you're impressed. Look. Let's see. I think. Yeah, look. Oh, and I think this thread, yeah, this is actual thread that came out of the box. Yeah, I actually sewed those in. So these are actual sewn in signatures. I was really very rambunctious when I made this. This is somebody's handwriting that was scribbled on part of the, yeah. So that's pretty much it. Some, tags, and this was part of the journal. That was in the box. So this basically is the whole 9 yards. Aha, 9 yards, get it? Ha, 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 ha. So I love that flip through Friday. Yes. Yeah. Pretty much the entire box, the entire studio box is represented in this. This was Johnny's studio box that emphasized sewing. So a lot of it's vintage sewing stuff. And all that lace is and fabric is all out of the box, from the box too. Did I get it? Almost. I better not pull too hard. Yeah, how many signatures? That's a good question. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 signatures. Pretty impressive, I must say. You should do it. You have beautiful journals. Yes, I noticed. That's why I was afraid she had finished. Yeah, I love it. And I'm going to do it. I am. I've got so many that I want to flip through. I mean, this one's a little long and it's repetitive because I really made this journal to be journaled in, you know what I mean? I left a lot of stuff, a lot of places for you to, if you wanted to, you could journal in it. There's a lot of, open spaces to journal. Hi, Rebecca. Oh, you have? Oh my gosh. Well, this is what I've got. I mean, it's mostly in here, but I'll have to get with you because if you want, I can send you some stuff. I subscribe to Graphic Fairies, and they have a whole unit on sewing stuff for members, and it's great. If you're interested, I'll be more than happy to print that off and mail that off to you. If you ever get, I know. But I've got this one, and I've got the Bauhaus one, and I've got the Alice in Wonderland one, and I've got a Cowgirl one, thanks to Rosemary Morris. I've got the Beetle one that I just finished. Hi, Mariah, how are you? It's good to see you. Hello, Julie. So lovely to see you here. Oh, okay. I'm glad he realized that today was a work. Well, it is Sunday, so Greg just realized he had to be at work at 6. That's a good thing. Hi, Beth. How are you? So lovely to see everybody here. This is wonderful. Thank you so much for stopping by. I so appreciate you being here. Yeah, big hello. Big hello from Mariah. Okay. I've been working on Messy May, and I will go back to doing the patchwork. But that's the sewing journal. And yeah, I didn't know what to do with it. So that's what I decided to do with it. I decided to take that stuff and see whether I could make a journal out of it. And I did. And you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to glue these down because they're going to drive me crazy. So I'm going to glue them down. And if they fit, they fit. If they don't, they don't. And so be it, as it be, as they say. So be it. I don't know who said that, but I just said it. So I was talking about the fire department. So they wouldn't let me join. And they gave some cockamamie reason because I had a bad back. I didn't have a bad back. At least I didn't have one. At least none of them would know I had a bad back. So my neighbor in the back, he was an elderly gentleman, and he was pretty kind of crotchety old guy, but for some reason, I don't know, he liked me because I guess I was a crotchety young gal, whatever. And he decided that he thought that was just deplorable. Now, granted, where I lived, there were no professional fire departments. They were all volunteer. All around us, there were volunteer fire departments. And these people, and not a single one had any females in them. They had the auxiliary fire women, I guess. And they were lucky enough. They got to do the cooking and cleaning and all of that stuff, but they didn't go out and fight fires, so to speak. And so his name was Carl, and Carl decided, nope, we're not standing for that. We're going to take it to the next level. And he helped me start the process of complaining to the New York State Equal Opportunity, board or whatever. And the next thing you know, New York State gets involved in this whole thing. And I wasn't the only one. A friend of mine, another woman, a young gal who was, get this, she was an RN and had been a member of a volunteer fire department up in the Buffalo area. And they denied her membership too. So, which made no sense. But obviously, if they're going to deny one, they have to deny, So lo and behold, the fire department now, mind you, has to hire a lawyer. The state represents me. Doesn't cost me a cent. And this was not my intent at all. Not at all. They have to hire a lawyer. Now, mind you, I knew all these men. I knew them all. Small community. I was a bartender at the local bar. It was like a Cheers, type of thing. And so they hired the fire, get this, they hired the fire chief's son, who was a lawyer, to represent the fire department. And I found out from the lawyer, who ended up being my lawyer when I got divorced. He told me at one point in time, the state was ready to fine that fire department $10,000. And they didn't have any money. They didn't get they raised money by doing bingo every Monday night to raise money to buy a freaking fire truck. Well, they ended up awarding me And the other gal, Cheryl, $1,000 for our troubles. Well, by the time the thing was settled, Cheryl had moved back to the Buffalo area, and I immediately turned around and gave them the $1,000 back. I was not interested in any money. And then I became a member of the fire department, and I went to EMT training. I became an EMT person and drove the ambulance and the fire trucks and did all of that fun stuff for the couple of years that I lived there. And by the time the whole thing was settled, they had moved the fire department. The fire hall was no longer next door. It was now up across the highway, which I thought was kind of interesting. And there was no siren to turn off. It automatically, things had changed. It had progressed so much that all of those things that they had were no longer in the new firehouse. They built a whole new fire hall. And so that's how I became a volunteer fire person-ish. And the problem that I have the figures, yeah, they moved. Well, yeah, I figured that was one way of, getting around it. But about, I don't know, maybe 6 months later, after the case was settled, right, I get a phone call from the state asking me how things are going. Are they, treating me nicely? And I said, yeah, they're treating me fine. I said, they even got me a pair of fire boots that fit me. And I said, and at that point in time, I'm now president of the fire department, mind you. So they elected me president of the fire department, which isn't as exciting as you would think it would be. I ran the meetings. That's all I did. But so that's how I became a member of the Maple Springs Volunteer Fire Department. And the interesting thing was when I was teaching school, the kids were interviewing teachers about things that they had done in their past, what they had done previously to becoming teachers and such. And I had some senior girls, they came and look at this. Oh, this is Winnie the Pooh. Oh, ooh. I got to say that I'm going to do a Winnie the Pooh journal. I have a Winnie the Pooh journal in the works. Look at these. Oh my, isn't that gorgeous? And you know what? That's going in. That's just going in. I'm just not going to break the rules. Yeah, rags to riches. Yeah. Oh, the pay was great. Yeah. No. And how they raised money? Oh, they ran bingo every Monday night. They had bingo. And I was a bingo caller, a B22, G whatever. And I would get, you're going too slow. You're going too fast. Oh my God. Talk about a miserable friggin'. And they would come by the busloads from Jamestown, which was the big town, big town, Jamestown, New York, compared to Maple Springs. So they would come by the busloads on Monday nights. And this is when you were allowed to smoke. Did I get the centerfold spot? I don't know. That would have been cute, right? That would have been a good idea. But that's back in the day you could smoke. So you couldn't see. I mean, it was just a cloud of smoke. A cloud of smoke. And when I got home after calling bingo, all you could just reek of smoke. Oh, it was awful. So they had all their little good luck charms. I didn't enjoy it. Yeah, I can't. I guess it's okay if you're a smoker, but I just can't imagine sitting there being a non-smoker. Now Devin's got me on the look for a centerfold. No, 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 don't tell me that, Rebecca. Jamestown, New York is where you go to buy meth now? It's such a jug. Is it? Oh, get out. Jamestown? Oh, that makes me sad. It was founded by the Swedes. I mean, if you would get the yellow pages or the white pages, and there would be 50 pages of Johnson's. And it was furniture making. Well, furniture was made in Jamestown. Now it's meth. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, Becca. Hey, Becca, you're down in Texas, and you had that guy that used. I was wondering, that guy that used to come into your streams. He said he was the baseball commissioner of Jamestown or the mayor of Jamestown. I often questioned that. Well, Jamestown, New York is not in North. Oh, yes, Northwestern PA. I know so many people that head up there. No, Becca, you're in Northwestern. No, aren't you in Texas? I'm totally confused. All right. Jamestown, New York is in southwestern New York. Okay. And it's close to Lake Chautauqua. Reeking of cigarette smokes, yeah. Yes. He was just a kid, Anne. Ooh, I am totally, this is why I shouldn't be reading trap. Jamestown Township near Boston, I guess. The guy that was, is anybody following this? The Jamestown baseball commissioner is from Boston. The commissioner. Oh my God. Okay. All right. Okay. I have no idea where this conversation is going. Hopefully somebody has some control over it. He's a young guy. The commissioner is a young guy? Well, the guy that came into Becca's stream who claimed to be the baseball commissioner or the mayor of Jamestown. I'm totally confused. We could have that as a centerfold, but then we'd lose. Well, we wouldn't lose. Would that be a good enough centerfold? I know they have their clothes on. Well, wait a minute. She's bare-chested. If that's a she. Oh, that's a. Well, the women. Actually, the women wore fake beards, though. The Egyptians had it going. I mean, they had no. He has issues. I'm confused now. I know that guy. Yeah, I know. I'm assuming. I figured out that guy had issues. Yes, because I felt. And Beth, oh my gosh, can I talk about? Beth was so funny with this guy because this poor man. He would constantly threaten to leave. He said, "Okay, I'm going now, and I'm never coming back." All right, that's it, Becca. I'm leaving. I'm never coming back. And this is when Beth would be on with Becca, and Beth would say, "Okay, bye." And yeah, it is confusing, but yeah, Beth had it under control. Every time he said, "I'm going now, and I'm never coming back," and Beth would go, "Okay, bye," and let him go. So, but then I realized that he was not talking about Jamestown, New York. I don't know how I came to that conclusion. And I think there was somebody that's in chat, Lola? No, is it Lola? There's somebody else in chat that was moving to Jamestown, New York. That's right. You told him no complaining allowed. That's right. Beth wasn't putting up with any of his shit. Oh my God, you were so funny. Oh, that was hysterical. Oh, Lordy. And I guess he did leave because I haven't seen him in a long time. Oh, okay. Okay. All righty. We're getting there, folks. We're hanging in there. I hope so. Told the story of being a volunteer, and I can get back to that. The bad thing, the hard part about being a volunteer fire person in a small community is that when there's a call, it's somebody you know. It's your neighbor. Literally, it's your neighbor or somebody, or I mean, this town, this Maple Springs was so small, there was probably only 50 people that lived there year round. Now, it was on Lake Chautauqua, and in the summertime, the population would quadruple. And those summer homes had been in families for generations. Oh, okay. All right. And so when there would be a call, you'd know who it was. I think I told the story last week, a couple of weeks ago, about a friend, a guy who was in the hospital, and his daughter left for work, and she, on her way to work, she remembered that she had left the coffee maker, the Mr. Coffee, on, and she turned around and came back because she knew that could be a fire hazard. Well, it was, because the house was on fire when she got home. And again, the worst time to have a fire call for a volunteer fire department is in the middle of the day, because everyone is at work, and it takes a while, to get people back from their jobs, wherever, and get to the fire hall and get all the equipment up and running. It's not easy to do that. And when they do something like that, they call out all the neighboring fire departments. So it'll be like 3 or 4 companies will respond. So between 3 or 4 different, fire departments, they'll have enough people to man a fire. And again, there was no fire hydrants. Let's see. Well, okay. I'm glad they are interesting. I have had an interesting life. That's for sure. Yep, no doubt. Middle school. Yep. Before I became a teacher, I was a special ed aide for 12 years. So I know the population well. I worked in that with those kids, and then I became a teacher. And but I taught regular ed. My son is a special ed teacher in the Salt Lake City, Utah area. Spoke to him today, and he's counting the days. The school year is almost over. Always did look forward to summer break. Hi, Renee. Good to see you. Wow. The gang's all here. So wonderful to see all you folks. So we got to the house that it was on fire, obviously. And I was saying there's no fire hydrants, and so they would literally tank water out of the lake. They would have a water truck that would go down to the lake, and they'd fill up the water, the tanker with water, and then they would pop up. Literally, it looked like a portable above the ground small swimming pool, and they literally would dump the water into this portable pond or pool, and then they would pump the water from that to knock down the house fire. And there would just be it was like a modern day bucket brigade of fire water tanker after water tanker going down to the lake, filling it up, bringing the water up, dumping it in a holding pond, and then the fire trucks would suck that water and put the fire out. So most times the fires ended up being total losses just because of that whole process to put a fire out. And in the wintertime, when the lake was frozen, you'd have to go and they'd have like a gas powered awl, like a gigantic drill. And the guys would be pulling on, yanking on that to get the drill. And then they'd have to drill through the ice in the lake to get the water. So it was not easy to put out a fire and save the residents. But for this guy, his name was George, the man that owned the home. He was very lucky. And I say he was lucky because the people next door had an in-ground pool. And in the in-ground pool had water in it. So they immediately dropped a hose into the pool. And they had those several thousands of gallons right there to knock that fire down. So the fire did not and that wasn't a total. Hi, Amber. So the fire was not a total loss. It was basically in the kitchen area where the coffee maker was. Those things are, man, a lot of people even go as far to unplug them because they are dangerous. They had a dog, a basset hound named Lucy. And I'll never forget one of the other neighboring fire department men came out of the house carrying Lucy in his arms. And Lucy was not doing well. And I ran to our ambulance and I got a portable oxygen. And we gave Lucy oxygen and we brought her around and she survived the fire. So we saved the dog that day and but the canary didn't make it. The canary was in a cage in the living room and the canary didn't make it. So the canaries have little tiny lungs, itsy bitsy lungs. Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah. They used to take canaries into the coal mines. That was that was their warning system. It was some miner's job to bring the canaries into the coal mine, and some of them, that was their job. Their job would be, watching the canary, and if the canary went leg up, they knew to get the hell out of the mine because there was poisonous gas in the mine, and that was their alarm system, was canaries. I wonder if they rotated that job. I wonder if they took turns doing being on the canary watch. Ooh, more Egyptians. Cool. Now these are those little pictures that I got lots of these little pictures. I might not follow those squares. I might just cut them square. I'm working on, this is patchwork. Is Andrea leaving? Bye, Andrea. Have a great week. Let's see, I try only to buy auto shut off, but made a mistake. Oh, okay. Well, yeah. I'm glad that something good. Yeah. I made a whole bunch of these little doggies. It was one of those things, draw a dog as many as you can, like in 2 minutes. And I drew about 30 of them. I did a little watercolor wash on them. They're like little Freddies. I sent one to Janet. Yeah, they are cute. I've made, oh my God, I made tons of copies of the little doggy. But it was, I can't remember. It was one of the exercises in some book. I'm a sucker for those types of books, you know. So I'm just gonna, yeah, we'll make this square. What the heck? This thing is called patchwork. For the prompt for this day and Get Messy May is patchwork. That not only is my you've met only one person. Yep, absolutely. Absolutely. I had a great student that was on the spectrum. Oh my gosh. He was unbelievable. And wow. There's a story. Oh my gosh. I don't know whether I should tell that story. Because I certainly don't want to offend anybody. Hi, Kathy Berg. But he was a great student. Unbelievable. Super student. How are you this Sunday afternoon? I'm just yakking away, talking about all this crazy stuff, all the crazy jobs I've had and experiences I've had. These were supposed to be squares, but I couldn't stay with the squares because so now there's just patchwork. Well, this is more of a patchwork. This is a patchwork of a bunch of little pictures. And I'll do like little faux stitches when I'm done to make it even look more patchworky. Patchworky. Maybe I can make this and stick that here like so. Like so. Ooh, maybe like so. Yeah, I'll do that. Let's be squarish. Okay, Deb said, I worked 2 years at an autism training day treatment. It was an unusual experience that I will never forget. Yeah. Well, Reese, the student that I had, his parents lived in California, and they were moving to an area here called Cocoa Beach because his aunt was the mayor of Cocoa Beach. So he came to school, to Holy Trinity, like for an interview, right? To meet the dean of admissions and the headmaster and such. And they asked me to meet with him because they knew that I had been a special ed aide for 12 years in New York. And they just wanted my opinion. I don't know why anybody would want my opinion. But anyway, so I met with him. And he was a little different, but so what? And I said to them, you know what? I think he'll be fine here. I think he'll be fine. I think for the most part, kids are kind here. I mean, I'm not naive. I know kids are mean and cruel and they're not. But I felt confident that the student population at this particular school, that he would be fine, Take care, Chris. Thanks so much for stopping by. And so he was admitted. He became a student at Holy Trinity. Now, the interesting thing, there's nothing really remarkable about that. Oh, look at this. Oh, is that not perfect? Perfect. Mixed bag. Oh my God, Ann, you just cut out the neatest things. Look at that. That's so good. He had to come back and take a math placement test, right? Little did anybody at Holy Trinity know that he was coming back from, I guess they lived in San Jose, California, that he would be flying back on the family's private jet to take the math placement test. Nobody knew anything, they just. So it turns out that Dad, multimillionaire, very generous multimillionaire, he gave the headmaster, named Kathy Ford, a blank check and said, build your auditorium chapel. Reese graduated from Holy Trinity, went to Georgetown University, went to Oxford, and he always wanted to marry. He wanted to marry a Japanese woman, and he became fluent in Japanese. And became fluent in Japanese. He did marry a Japanese woman. He lives in Tokyo. He has his own little business where he takes older video games that, American player games, and he translates them into Japanese. He buys the copyright or whatever he has to do, and then he translates the game into Japanese, and he sells them. Now, obviously, I went to, they had a meet his wife party at the parents' house. And I was invited. I don't know why. I guess he remembered me as one of his favorite teachers. So I was there with people of much higher status, but it was an interesting gathering. And he got up. Now he's a man, but he got up and spoke to that crowd of people that half of them he didn't know, but he got up and talked to that room full of people. And one guy was the president of the local college here. And he just did a fantastic job. And his wife didn't speak any English, so he's translating for her. And they have a child of their own now. And I don't know whether, I think they're still in Japan. I'd have to ask. This is really going from this to this, but I'm having fun, so. Hi, Malaya. Nice to see you. Let me see. Nope, that's for sure. No. That is, oh, look at this. Now this is turning into a collage, but that's okay. It can be anything I want, right? Put her in there. Ooh. This is going to go here. Oh, I know. This is going to have to go right through here, right? I have to do a slit. Huh. I'm sorry, folks. Hi, Dana. How are you? I hope you're well. Let me see if I can't figure this out. I'm sorry. this has to go in here. So I need to cut a slit here, right? Right. See if that works. I love it. You stupid. I should have done it down here. I don't know what I was thinking. That doesn't look right. Let me do another. Let me do it here. Let me do it here. Let's see. Oh, I like that. What do you think? It kind of looks good, right? And she can go right here. It's like she's selling them. And this is really getting crazy. All right, I'm going to stick this down as a background. And ooh. How about some red? Ooh, we got, ooh, yes. I'm doing it. It's not making any sense. That's good. Doesn't have to make sense, right? This is what I love doing more than anything else. And this is, I don't know why I don't do this on Sundays, because I can kind of read chat and kind of do this. I've got thousands. I mean, thousands of pictures. Thousands of pictures. Thanks to Caged Fish. It's all her fault. I watched one video of Caged Fish, I don't know how many years ago, and I've never looked at a magazine the same since. I cannot look at a magazine without cutting out pictures. Thank you, Brenda. Thank you. I love doing it too. I don't know what that is. It looks like a cabinet, but it's going right there. That's where it's going. Oh, I don't want to get ink on my cutting board. And this is definitely patchwork, because it makes no sense, right? And we don't want it to make sense. We'll put a little. Oh, I'm sorry. Lily must be having a dream. What, honey? It's okay. You're okay. My poor Lily and her arthritis. How about this dude? Ooh. Ooh. How about that? Ooh, how about this and then that? Now it's not making any sense, but that's okay. All right. Yeah, I'll do that. I get these travel magazines and cruise line ships. Oh my gosh. That's right. Thank you. That's right. I got all hung up on the squares, and then I started looking at these pictures, and I said, oh my God, I can't. Some of them are not going down as squares. Some of them can, but most of them are not going down as squares. No way. No. No. We got this lady here, but I literally have thousands of pictures. Yes, magazines is only one. Oh, okay. All right. That's a good one. I think that's a reasonable subject not to art. Even though I tell you what, though, there was some great pen and ink drawings. Harper's Weekly, they covered the Civil War in pen and ink drawings that are pretty impressive. Just saying. Very impressive. See, this can go here. And this can go here. Oh, wait a minute. No, it lost these guys. These guys can't. No. All right. All right. All right. All right. All right. In this picture, I meant this. Oh my God. This is years old. Years. I cut this out years ago. Years ago. Do we want him eating the dog? No. I got to find a better thing for him. No. No, I know. Well, what about that one magazine? There's a magazine, and I don't mean to offend any. Well, I do. Yeah, I don't mind offending gun people. Sorry. There's that magazine that's called, what is it called? Garden and Guns. Have you seen that magazine? I think that's the name of it, isn't it? Guns and Gardens? Gardening with Guns or something. Yes, it would be. But there is a magazine. Anybody remember that? Know that magazine? You know what I'm talking about? I think it's called Guns and Gardening, or Flowers and Guns, or some bizarre thing like that. Anybody? Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Whoops. Thank you, thank you, thank you. As everything goes in our system. Thank you, Dana. You have used that one, Guns and Gardening or Guns and Flowers, or Lily? Lily, you heard the there. Ta-da! No, it's funny because you start oozing up. It's kind of like the law of gravity. You just start, the next thing you know, this there. How's that? Now then you see my gut. You want to see my gut. I don't want you to see my gut. See, this is going to have to go on another page. That's okay. See, like something like this is going to work right there. Oh dear, Gail, this lady has knee problems too. Look, this guy cut her knee off. That wasn't nice. That could be a striking. Yeah, I think they've already done that though. That's one of the famous hippie pictures from the 1960s with the National Guard and the hippies putting a flower up the butt of the rifle. I remember that picture. Those are my folk. It's my generation. So anybody want to hear any other, the other fire stories are gruesome, as they want to be, because again, the problem is they are your neighbors. You remember that picture? Yeah, that was iconic, wasn't it? I used a big word, iconic. I think this lady should go right next to this lady because I think they should be. Oh, it's a guy. He's got a little doohickey, a little pecker. Okay, Julie. I did one load of wash today. I did the sheets and towels and stuff. I'll do my clothes. I changed the bed and all of that fun stuff. I like that. See, this is from a art gallery that I just, They said, contact them and we'll send you a catalog. And they have a lot of old art, like ancient art, and they send you this beautiful catalog. Now, the front page is the only page that is really nice, and the rest of it's like newspaper, but it's interesting stuff. And that's where this is probably a piece that's for sale. And see, that could go there. Yeah, I'll do that. Yeah, I'll cut it right here. I was doing one of these things on Messy May bonus lesson. That's a Skillshare free lesson on warm up art lessons. And the woman was talking about building a doodle dictionary. When you want to doodle something and you don't know what to doodle, she suggested building a doodle dictionary. And she suggested, which I thought was a really good idea, to go online and look up, pictures of cave paintings and Egyptian writing and hieroglyphics, and just start copying that stuff into like a little sketchbook, which would become like a doodle dictionary. I know Mary does something like that. I mean, she and Becky did a whole thing where Becky had a whole beautiful thing where she did like doodle borders, and they were a lot of fun. And I think she did everything from teapots to flowers and she had just strips about yay, and she would repeat them across. She'd draw like lines on a page and then fill it in with the same thing all the way across, and that was really cool. But I mean, the hieroglyphics, they would make great doodles. They're simple, what they're pictograms. I guess that's what you'd call them. I guess they're actually pictograms, but they would make great little doodly things. I got a whole bunch of English breakfast tea. Huh. Does anybody watch Sean Petit? She releases a video every Sunday. And she has a shop and she sells stencils. And, she's got digi downloads. Yeah, wouldn't it become handy just have a thing you could open up? Oh, okay. Becca's got her hand on. Is she making doodle cards? Is that what she's making, or she got her hand on some doodle cards? I mean, with the internet, you can find that stuff. I mean, you can find just tons of pictures that you could, simple pictures that you could doodle with. Have you seen my Zen tag book? I made tangle patterns on 4-inch tags. Yes, I have seen it. Yes, because I have that same kind of ring thing. Hi, Carol. How are you? What's that at AMR? Cool. Good to see you. We're hanging out. I haven't hurt anybody. I don't know whether I've offended anybody. That's always but I think we're okay, Carol. I hope you had a wonderful adventure. Is Becky back? No. Mitzi's here. I'm supposed to be doing a patchwork. Oh, look at that. Isn't that adorable? Look at that. Okay, at least not yet. Okay, all righty. Try not to offend anybody. It says pony, but I don't think I need to know that. I think I might be able to figure out that that's a pony. I don't know. I don't know. Let's see. We put this over here. I'm still in frame. Okay. Well, this has definitely become a little mixed bag. It started out to be squares, and the prompt was patchwork from Missy May. I know, Mary Lou. I can say anything to you, Mary Lou, and I have. Yeah, I remember. Yeah, I have that little thing, or it's something similar to that. I got it at it's a Japanese product, and the Japanese students use it as a study thing, where you buy it, and it comes with the ring. It's got blank pages, and kids would use it to study, vocab words. And I did Zentangling on mine. I didn't fill it in, but that's what it's kind of for. You can do paint swabs on it. I can't remember. You can buy them, yeah, but obviously you can make them too. They're called word cards. Japanese make unbelievable paper. Not only do they make beautiful fountain pens, but they make incredible paper. So this is what it looks like. And this is the Nemosun is the company, and they make beautiful paper. And you buy it like this. And I started kind of messing around with it too. But Barbara's is much more nicer. And this is when but it's a perfect size. Whoops. What is that doing in there? See, I tell you, I have thousands of pictures, and you never know where you're going to find them. Look. I don't know how they got in there, honest to God. But you can buy these, and you can study your vocab. What? They're doing a pencil one. Oh, look. This book. Okay, it's called, let me see if I can. Oh, look at my camera is behaving itself. Second. Oh, look at that. My camera's being good. That's what it's called. Word cards by, I'm assuming the M is silent. Nemosun 100 sheets, and the company's MARUMAN. I bought this a long time ago. Yeah. And Barb says she makes her own. Yeah. Ready-made tags. Okay. I like the tan. Yeah. Yeah. Bye, Pam. Take care. Have a good night. Are you going on now? I mean, Becca, 7 your time tonight? Is that new? That's super. Yeah, you can. Okay. I didn't realize that. All I wish for is to see my own corner and devotedly explore it with dedication. Art is concentrated, not diverse. Wow. Edgar Degas. Let's put that right in the middle, right? I'm going to glue this down since it, it, it fell out of that thing. Oh, she's Central Time. So that means she'd be on 8 my time? Or did she say 7 because she knew that we were in Eastern Time Zone and she's talking Eastern Time Zone language? Wouldn't that be cool? You talk whatever time zone you're in? Well, thank you. This was totally, ad hoc. Oh, 8 my time. Okay, so you were talking Central Time, not Eastern Time. See, when you're in Eastern Time Zone, you should be talking in Eastern Time Zone. So you'll be on at 8 tonight. Okay. All righty. Sounds good. Excuse me while I get the cap. All right. Now, I'm going to say that's done. Now, I can be really silly and make it look like it's patchwork. And I can go like so, right? And we can make it look like these were sewn together. Maybe I'll just do the square ones because that would be. So I've sewn these together. Did anybody answer me about Sean Petit? Does anybody follow her? She is doing a really neat thing. And I almost did that. She did some neat techniques today that I've never seen before. And I really might want to try that. I got stuff stuck to me. Okay. Oh, that's a fountain pen. I don't know whether that's. She was working with pan pastels, which I don't have, which I have no desire to have. Did you? I do. You do. Oh, you know her. Okay. Check it out. Check today. Oh, you got it. Yeah. Check out her stream for today. It is awesome. And she's offering a. All right, Mary Lou, enjoy dinner. Enjoy. Say hi to Dennis. He refers to us as the ladies, the hand ladies, the ladies with the hands. Because that's all we. Oh, there we are. There we are. And sold it. Okay. All right. So you know what I'm talking about, Kathy. Is that not? Oh, you guys maybe do that? She's offering like it's a whole week of free classes to get, she's opening up to her membership and she's doing this whole series. It's like all week. There's going to be one, I guess, every day. And what she's doing what she did with pan pastels, you can do with regular pastels. And I have regular pastels and I never know what the hell to do with them because they're always such a friggin' mess. I mean, I used them on those masks that, the stencils that I had. But she shows you how to use regular, the regular pastels and how you can, check it out. But Colleen saw it. Okay. Then it was amazing. I mean, I really like her stuff. I have done so many things of hers, wannabe hers, that I have actually, she's been inspired me by, that I've done tons of her type things. And she always has free downloads in her, she has a resource library that you can just sign up for. And she's got a whole bunch of free digis. I saw that pan pastels and makeup. Yeah. And I'll have to go back and watch it since I have neither. it didn't really, I don't own any makeup and I don't own pan pastels. It didn't, but I'll go back and take a look at it. No, she was just using pan pastels and then showing you how to use regular pastels if you don't have pan pastels. You can't see that, and I don't know whether that's really worth the bother putting those little lines in. I'm going to switch to the prompt for today since I got a couple of minutes. But I am going to definitely go back, and this is definitely, I'm going to do more collage stuff. You can, because that definitely deserves a collage. And maybe somehow, and look at all these neat pictures I have. I have thousands of pictures. I am not kidding, folks. Just look at this. Look at these awesome pictures. Just, and look here, right? And look, we got Maryland. And I had the other half of Maryland. Oh, here's the other half of Maryland. Look at that. Look at all these great pictures. So the prompt for today is garner. Yeah, isn't a dinosaur neat? Oh, I love that. I've had that dinosaur. I've cut that sucker out at least 3 years ago. At least 3 years ago. And I've got all these little bags, right? And this is just filled with little pictures or medium-sized pictures. That's all it is. Look at this. Is that not a neat picture? I got lots of neat pictures. Look at this one. Oh. Look at there. Whoop. And then, of course, you need a pair of boots, right? And look at this dude. I mean, this is just, yeah, well, I'm thinking the same thing. And I think the pan pastels are not as, well, at least when Dee Dee uses them, they don't appear to be as powdery as the, yeah, I have some fish wallpaper too that I bought. All right, let me just, so the word today is garner. That's it. It's garner, and Garner, garner. So what does garner mean? I mean, I was kind of, there's an I. And my favorite, Matisse. I think that's a Matisse, isn't it? Maybe not. I thought it was. And the woman, the artist for Garner, said it's kind of like, it can be like a collection of things. But Anne has garnered a lot of thank you. Yes, and I'm going to garner you with a couple of minutes what we have left here, about 20 minutes left. I'm going to garner you with some of my homemade, my stamps, the stamps that I have made. I make foam stamps a lot. I carve stamps a lot, but I do a lot of foam stamps, and they're usually one-offs. I need a stamp for something, and I will carve it into kid foam. I like this mixed bag. It works. So, this is the page I have ready. I've actually prepared a page. This tissue paper here is from a wonderful company. I highly recommend them, especially if you have a larger family. They sell toilet paper, and the name of the company is Who Gives a Crap. I do too. My mixed bag page, that came out really good. Mixed bag. I've got whole journals like this. So I'm going to stamp some of my homemade stamps on here. When I talk about foam stamps, I carve into the foam. And I'll do like a whole town. And I'll just do buildings. And then I'll color the buildings in. So that's from the stamps. They don't look like that. But when I stamp them, then I can color them in. And I can do a whole... Of course, you think I could. And I got some trees. I didn't do that. But here's the clouds for the town. All right, let's see. This is what I'm talking about. You just take the foam, and it's best if you take like a ballpoint pen that doesn't have any ink in it. And you can, let me see if I can't get some of the better ones here. And a lot of times I make a little thing. So it's just little shapes, right? But if you stamp them, and then you can color them in, and then you can do a whole scene like so. Like this is, it's really a lot of fun. And they're just little squares. I mean, here's a and you can just make shapes. Oh, here it is. This is the big one. Here you go. The Cheez-It box. I love my Cheez-Its. God. So this can go here. I should probably do that on a plain piece. Let me see. And this is all junk mail. AARP. When you get to a certain age, man, when it's the enrollment season, it's a third season. See there. They leave this page. I love it when they say they left that page intentionally blank. And I always wonder, why? Why would you do that? Why would you waste paper? All right, so let's see if I have any others of these. Oh yeah, look, I even have little cars and little bits and pieces of trees. Oh, when do you see this? Oh, here's another house. We should do this. Maybe some Sunday we'll do this. We'll do it from scratch. We'll build a town. It takes a village. Yes, it takes a village. And we can be the village. All right, let's see. I'm thinking this is probably, well, maybe I'll do this. You're probably thinking, oh my God, she's lost her friggin' mind. She's finally gone off the edge. All right. All right, that's probably the better idea, right? All right. All right. Whoops. I almost did it upside down. Oh my God, that would be so me. Oh my gosh, I should have. Hi, Teresa. Oh my gosh. Would that not have been me? Oh my God, where's my buddy Janet? Where's Janet? Janet Nash. I almost did something upside down, my buddy. Janet Nash and I belong to that exclusive upside down backwards club. I've carved some smaller houses in the pink stuff. Yeah, yep. This is a totally different result. And you've got to color it in, obviously. And I've got a lot of carved stamps, like carved stamps in the rubber and rubber stamp carving stuff. Carol's making stamps using her son's laser, and she showed she stamped off some stamps that she made last week that are amazing. Absolutely amazing. And from, concept to finished product, I think it took her 15 minutes. I don't know, is Carol still here or not? She came in and said, hey. All right, let's see. Whoa, like I said, it's got enough. Ooh, oh boy. I forgot I had inked this pad. Oh boy. Oh, this is going to be juicy. Juicy. I just inked that. Yeah, wasn't that an awesome stamp? Yes. And then she got, oh, look at this. Oh, and oh. Well, you can't take me anywhere, folks. You really can't. Well, that needed something anyway, right? Oh, well. This is going to be an inky mess. Oh! No, it's not. Look at that. Huh. That's not this. That's something else. I don't know where this is. But that came out good. Look at that. Can you see that? Yeah. I'm liking that. All right. Okay. Well, we have a little house here we can put at the end of the block, so to speak. But these are really primitive. Just primitive little things. I've even done like pipes, just carved out pieces like pipe, cut out pieces of, let's see, where this guy, it's always, lining them up is always the problem. Unless probably should put lines on it. Well, let's see. Oh, that's not bad. We got our crooked little house. Now, you got to have now this is my tree. This is how primitive my tree is. Right? Here's the tree. And we'll put it at the end of the street. All right, we'll have a nice little tree. But you go, wait a minute, Ann, that's not a tree, that's a Y. Oh, but be still my heart. It is a tree. It is a tree. And of course, you could put green, you could stamp it in green. Hi, Cheryl. Oh, well, it was a tree. I got too excited. Let me see if I can't do that again. I don't think it'll matter. There, it's a tree. So you can do the tree. Now, what would it be? We've got to have some traffic, right? Got to have some traffic. Well, we got the van coming down the road. There you go. Here's my little van tooting down the road. I think I had another car somewhere. There's the tree. There's the Y. But you get the gist. I've got a skinny tree here. You can stamp it out in colored ink. That's the skinny tree. And there's the skinny tree. And I usually put Scotch tape on the back, so I have like a little handle. Oh, and wait a minute. I think I have time. Let's do this. Because you can use different colored ink. Let's see. And my nose is running. It's very awkward when your nose is running. And you have a couple of clouds. I'm very happy with that. So there's my little village. And that's just on foam, kid foam. And then these are somewhere else. I don't know where they are, but they're somewhere else. They're stamps that I colored in. So that's it. That's my garner was going to be, I was going to garner my stamps, and I might just just garner, finish this page, and put another town in there, another row, and then that'll be my interpretation of garner. Oh, up. I found a car. I found another car. Okay, wait a minute. Do I have time? Yeah, I got time, right? What time is it? Oh, I got 6 minutes. My God. I could write a novel in 6 minutes. Very short one. Well, that's my convertible. And here comes, these really need to have a back. And here comes a Volkswagen. All right, so now we got some traffic. There we go. There are my little cars. You can see them. But they're fun. They're very fun to do. And since we have a couple of more minutes, I did just a bunch of squiggly lines. I needed a pineapple for something. I don't know what that was for, but I needed a pineapple, or I thought I needed a pineapple. So I made a pineapple. Like that. See, there's a pineapple. And I needed, oh, this is my favorite, my all-time favorite. I needed a fish. This is my all-time favorite. I don't know how old this is. Well, I actually made one of these for caged fish, actually. You can tell the cardboard's really old. There's my fish. And all it is I literally drew it in a piece of kid foam. That's my little fishy. All right. And I'll have to get this page back in my book. So with that, I guess I will say good night, adieu, arrivederci. My book is all messed up, but that's okay. You can always put those pages back in. Kind of go like that. See? Now it's, when I even made a little thing. This is my junk mail, junk journal. So thank you so much for being here, everyone. It was lovely to see you all. It was a nice visit, and you all have a good week. As my mom used to say, if you can't be good, be careful. Good night, folks, and thank you so much for being here. Bye.